Back with another Mega Movie Numbers episode for you all. This is where we talk the top 20 4K Ultra HD discs of the past week. I go over some thoughts on them, give you my recommendations, and then ultimately we do break down the different disc format percentages and compare some numbers at the end to see which ones are selling the best. So let's get right into this. Let's bring up the list here. First up, we got The Last of Us, the complete first season from Warner and HBO. I remember checking this one out on HBO Max. I thought it started stronger than it finished, so I don't need it on physical media, but that's cool that that show did come out. So, next up on number 2, we got John Wick Chapter 4 from Lionsgate. I still think this is the best physical media release of the year. Just has everything, a complete package. Number 3, we got Scream 6 from Paramount, which I do want to get this on physical media, just didn't want to pay day one prices, but the Scream franchise is so consistent. Had a really great time with this movie in theaters. Next up, number 4, we got Heat from 20th Century. That was probably when it got super discounted, and they were just trying to give that title away. So good for Heat. Next up, number 5, we got the Super Mario Brothers movie from Universal. That movie is always doing great, one of the most successful movies of the year. And yeah, people just love it. What can I say? Let's go! The number 6 with Avatar The Way of Water, 20th Century. I think this movie looks stunning on the 4K quality, and I had a great time with this one. I think it was an improvement over the first Avatar, so I was happy with that release. Next up, number 7, Sisu from Lionsgate. Definitely a hidden gem of the year. Great action packed movie, kind of John Wick style, gets brutal in there, and it's just a good time. And I totally forgot to say it how I should say it. Sisu! So let's move on. Next up, number 8, we got Hugo. Finally, a new title on here from Arrow. I do want to get this movie because it is directed by the great Martin Scorsese. So I do need this movie at some point. I have no idea what this movie is about though. But once that drops in price, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Maybe an Arrow sale around the corner. Let's do it. Number 9, we got Alita Battle Angel from 20th Century. I'm hoping this one gets a sequel in the future. I just thought it was a fun sci-fi action movie. Thought it had a cool premise. So I really enjoyed this one. And yeah, the 4K is great. Can't complain there. Number 10, my favorite trilogy of all time. We got the Dark Knight trilogy from Warner. I love all of these movies. This trilogy is underrated, I must say. It's just perfection, right? But yeah, it must be on a sale from Warner, so that's great. Number 11, we got Edge of Tomorrow from Warner. Great Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt sci fi action movie. A ton of fun. Yeah, that one is just such a fun movie. Number 12, we got Ad Astra from 20th Century. Looks to be another sci fi movie here. Never saw this one. I think this one had Brad Pitt in it. I totally missed out on it. I was going to pick it up when it got super discounted, but it was already unavailable near me, so I couldn't pick it up, unfortunately. Number 13, we got Blade Runner 2049 from Warner. Was there just like a sci fi sale from Warner? Maybe that was the case, but I do prefer the Blade Runner sequel over the original. So yeah, great to see that movie selling well, visually very stunning as well. Number 14, we got another new title here. We got the Renowned Westerns, 5 films directed by Bud Something from Criterion. Criterion sales going on right now. Made sense people picked up this during that time. And it's 5 movies here, so that's a lot of westerns. If you're really into that genre, that's just not my go-to genre, so I will probably never pick that up. Number 15, we got The Lord of the Rings, the motion picture trilogy from Warner. This is another amazing trilogy, one of my favorites of all time as well. These movies are awesome and they look great in 4K, so glad to see that selling well. 16, we got a new title here with Les Miserables from Universal. This is a musical movie. I haven't seen this one yet, but you got Hugh Jackman in there. That should be enough to sell me on the movie. I gotta check it out at some point, maybe in the future. Number 17, we got The Shawshank Redemption from Warner. Some people say this is the greatest movie of all time. I quite enjoy it, so yeah, you can't really go wrong here. Great kind of drama, thrilling tale there. Visually looks great too. Number 18, we got the first Avatar movie, which Avatar is Avatar, so of course it's selling great. 19, we got Spider Man Into the Spider Verse, which is awesome from Sony. Once again, people are probably preparing for the Across the Spider Verse physical media release, so makes sense. 20, we got Inglorious Bastards from Universal. I don't know why this one is selling so much randomly. Maybe it was a Universal weekend deal from Groove. Probably. But there we go. Those are the top 20 4Ks of the week. And that's kind of a good mixture there of just different genres. We have some new titles in there. We had some classic titles in there. Hey, we even had some trilogies in there. But now let's get into the market share breakdowns. Now taking a look at the home video charts, and we don't see too much fluctuation here from the previous week. We do see DVDs are a little bit down, so Blu-rays are slightly up, and 4K just a little bit, just a hair up from that. So it looks like these are the fall numbers now. I think this is going to continue throughout the fall season. I don't know why the 4Ks aren't doing as great as some of those poppin' summer months. It looked like there's just some amazing 4K titles coming across the board from everybody. So many studios, boutique labels were releasing some 4K bangers out there, but it looks like this month slowed a little bit down. I think next month might slow a little bit as well, but I do think once we get to September, there are some great, amazing titles that are going to catch some people's attention on the 4K format, and I think we will see a boost in 4K during that month. But yeah, it looks like once again DVDs remain king, most popular title, of course. But it is cool to see that 4Ks are up from say a year or two ago, where they normally hovered around the 5 to 8%. They're just slightly up above that, so that's always cool to see. But there we go. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of the top selling 4K discs of the week? Which ones did you pick up? Which ones were your favorite? And what do you think of the breakdown in the market share this week? Are you surprised that there's not really much surprises this week? Yeah, like I said, this week was kind of the least surprising week so far on this little research journey we've been doing. But let's have some fun movie conversations down below. And if you love collecting physical media just like me, make sure you subscribe right now. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. Woohoo! And if you enjoy these physical media topics, check out another one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.